Welcome to your daily dose of MindFuel moments and this new Feminine Awakening series, where we're celebrating women and all your ebbs and flows. It's time now to reawaken the feminine energy. Let's begin. Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's MindFuel moment. We are talking about feminine energy during this Feminine Awakening series, celebrating Women's History Month, celebrating us as women and all the phases and ebb and flows that we get to experience in this lifetime. So with today's practice, I'm going to just share a little bit of the moon cycle with you, starting with our favorite peak of that moon cycle, which is the menstrual part of the cycle, the shedding, the bleeding, and just share some insight with you. And then we'll do a little breath work to connect with that part of us. So whether you happen to be on your menstrual cycle or you're not on your menstrual cycle yet, or even if you don't have your menstrual cycle, it's okay. This still is an idea of just to really understand that part of us that we maybe are currently experiencing, or even just work on healing that part of us that we got to experience, that even though we're not experiencing it anymore, we can still give reference and love to that part of us that once was part of the journey. So let's go ahead and dive in. So there are 4 different phases of our moon cycle. And the one that we all know of, because it shows up literally for us to see and connect with, is our menstrual cycle. And I'll be talking about all the different 4 phases throughout the Feminine Awakening series here on the channel. And I thought it was appropriate for us to just dive right in to the elephant in the room, which is the menstrual cycle, which is the shedding and the bleeding. And I started to build my own connection with my menstrual cycle about 5+ years ago, when I started to really realize that this is a gift that we're given. Now, I know many of you might be raising an eyebrow thinking like, oh, heck no, I don't enjoy it. I hate it. It's ugly. It's all the different things. All the senses start to come up. And I would have agreed with you about 5+ years ago. But what I've learned in doing the practices that I now share here on the channel, because I've taken time to do the inner work and connect with myself, connect with that feminine energy, is realize, like I said, that it's a gift. Our menstrual cycle is a natural way for us to cleanse. Even though it may not seem like it or feel like it, we're going through a cleansing period during that time, literally, pun intended. We're also experiencing this time to slow down. It's the perfect example of how our bodies and our mind and everything around us go through these different cycles. And when we're on our menstrual cycle, it's that time for us to really just pause as much as we can. Because of the way that we live in society now, we always can't take time off and just sit, with our thoughts and our journals in a bath all day or whatever it is. But how can you take time to track and be aware of when that time is coming so you can be a little bit more easeful and maybe take some time off, maybe not do as much? When we're on our menstrual cycle, we're not supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be really slowing down and connecting with ourselves. And so that means maybe taking a bath and just letting the water cleanse us and calm us. Drinking teas, herbal teas like chamomile, raspberry teas are really good for that time of month for us to just be calm, be grounded. Another thing we can do is journal, really allowing our thoughts to just free flow on the page. And we have a lot of journaling practices that we're doing in this series and we have on this channel. So you can definitely just go to any of those videos and use them as your guide. I also provide a free journal prompt calendar. So if you're someone who doesn't journal or hasn't journaled in a while, or you're like, I don't even know where to start, that's a free resource I provided for you that you can check out in the description below. Our menstrual cycle is also this beautiful sign, one of the beautiful signs that we are a woman, that we get to be this magical goddess in this world. And the other sign of that, if we so choose to, is to give birth. But even if we don't choose to give birth literally, right? Having a child, we give birth in so many other ways through our creativity, through just the way that we show up in this world authentically. And these are all the things that my menstrual cycle has taught me. I have a conversation with it. I embrace it. I love it. I basically treat it like if it's a friend coming over to visit for a few days or a week. Like, okay, I'm setting up the room for you. I have all the things that you like, I've made time for you. We're going to hang out. We're going to eat this. We're going to have our tea, all those different things. We're going to do these workouts. So if you're someone who does like to move, like myself, I love, strength training, hits and kickboxing. I don't do any of that during my menstrual cycle because it's that time to slow down. So I'm definitely going into more slow movements like yin yoga, stretching, and just still connecting with my body, but being just more gentle during that time. And one of the things that we can do is breath work. So now I'm going to invite you to connect with your womb space, connect with that area that bleeds and sheds, the inner lining in the womb. And if you want to put one hand there, you can even maybe put the other hand and touch yourself if you so choose to, but just giving all that area just your warmth and your love. So choose where your hand goes. You can put it on your pelvis, on your stomach. You can go lower, wherever you like. And if you're not ready even to do that, you can just leave your hands either face up or face down on your knees. Whatever is being called and comfortable for you today. And once you find where your hands land, go ahead and gently close your eyes. And we're just going to take deep, slow inhales through the nose, letting the belly rise and the chest rise and go as far as you can. And with your exhale, we let it go just very slowly and gently, letting everything descend all the way back down. And letting that breath fully leave the body. And you can feel it as the stomach just descends all the way back in. And you'll know it's time to breathe in when your body starts to yearn for it. And so go ahead now and take that deep breath back in, letting the belly rise and poke out, and the chest broaden and open. You might even feel the shoulders dropping and expanding. Just let that breath travel up, up, up as far as it can go. And this time, if you want to just hold in that prana, that life force, just for a beat, and then gently again, letting the breath slowly descend, slowly leave the body. Everything just kind of falls back into its natural place. And let that air fully leave the body. And we'll just do a few more rounds, breathing deep, letting that belly expand, letting that chest open up, and letting the breath travel as far up as it can go today. And when you reach your edge, just hold the breath, thank the breath, and gently let go and surrender. Let that breath go. It served its purpose. And just a couple more rounds now on your own. Be with your womb, be with your belly, be with this time of the month. And for this final round, we'll take a deep breath in, the same as we've been doing, letting the belly rise and the chest expand, letting the breath travel up, up, more and more. We'll hold the breath at the top for 3, for 2, for 1, and this time just sigh out the mouth gently. Letting the breath fully go. And now just let the breath go back to its natural ebb and flow. No longer playing and moving the breath. The breath knows exactly what to do. And if you chose to hold your womb space, your belly, just maybe slowly rub that area, especially if you are on your menstrual cycle. Just gently caress and rub and just hold it like you're giving it a little hug. And repeat in your mind that I love you, I support you, thank you for shedding, thank you for cleansing, thank you for letting go. Thank you for being a part of me. And we'll take now just another deep breath in. And as you gently breathe out the nose, you can open your eyes and bring yourself back to this space. I would love to know how you're feeling and what your thoughts are on the things that I shared in regards to the menstrual cycle. Have you started building this relationship with that part of you? Is this your first time? Whatever it is, wherever you are on this journey, I'd love to meet you where you are and just share what came up for you during this time together. Thank you so much for showing up for you today, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another MindFuel moment. Namaste. If you enjoyed today's practice and you're not yet part of the MindFuel Motion community, subscribe today for more daily mindfulness.